Poor heroine. She was supposed to have a happy and complete family, but the author chose to start her story in hell. Her parents were killed by bandits while they were on a trip, and their alchemy shop was taken over by unscrupulous relatives. The heroine was abandoned in an orphanage. From that moment on, she immersed herself in her studies and stopped communicating with people. One day, a female alchemist who had once lived in the same orphanage came to make a donation. The heroine was very excited. She wanted to become an alchemist too and wondered, is it possible to get rich by becoming an alchemist? She answered herself that, according to rumors, alchemists live calm and prosperous lives. The heroine was full of hope. She wanted to have her own shop, just like her parents had. The alchemist supported her but said that first, she needed to obtain an alchemist's license. After that, the heroine enrolled in the Royal School of Alchemy. Both nobles and commoners could study there. With excellent results, one could receive a full scholarship, so the competition was fierce. Passing the entrance exam was extremely difficult. They said that out of 10 students who enrolled, only one could graduate in 5 years. Thus, the heroine's daily life consisted of reading, studying, experiments, and part-time jobs in her free time. One day, she saw a notice on the street about taking on apprentices. She entered the shop, and that random visit led her to a wonderful teacher. 5 years passed, and the time came for the final exams. However, instead of preparing for them, the heroine went to her teacher's shop. The teacher reminded her not to take the graduation exam lightly and asked her not to slack off. The blonde woman noticed that the girl had come to say something. The heroine got embarrassed and wanted to leave, but the teacher stopped her. Then the blonde took action and cut her bangs, lifting a kind of seal that had hidden her beauty. The teacher was confident she would be able to pass the exam. First came the written exam, followed by the practical test. The students were reminded that if any problems occurred during the exam, they could only rely on themselves. Then it was the heroine's turn. She was asked to use the materials in front of her to create a mid-level potion. The heroine had experience, she had done this many times while helping her mentor. She carefully examined the materials. To create a mid-level potion, she needed Philopendula, but in front of her was Dryas. These plants looked similar. She used to confuse them and had been scolded by her teacher many times for it. The heroine thought it was a trap and remembered that there were many other combinations for making potions. She tried to find suitable materials for a different recipe, but they weren't on the table. So, she forced herself to calm down. Her teacher had said that Dryas could be used to make a high-grade potion, but it required a lot of mana. The heroine realized she had all the materials she needed in front of her and quickly began preparing. She carefully added the ingredients according to her teacher's instructions and poured a large amount of mana at the end. As a result, she successfully created a high-grade potion. The examiners, in turn, were confused and couldn't understand why she had chosen to make the task harder for herself. Only then did a boy admit that he had mixed up the materials. And so, the heroine successfully completed her education and received her alchemist's license.